Okay, everybody, we're going to go through Crashdive. Now, if you have seen our back pullover tutorial, then that's great. If not, please go check it out. It is in the description. You're going to want to watch that first because it describes how we start with this. It is just a front version of a back pullover drill. As you can see, I'm working here with Connor on having him just fall on the trampoline and realize that he needs momentum to make this work. By grabbing the ankles or the back of the knees or some part of his leg, it's going to force him to get into a locked position, and he's literally just going to go for a ride, fall down on the trampoline, and bounce up to his feet the way he's doing here. Make sure your athletes can do front rolls first. We do have a video for that as well, so please check that out. But assuming they can do that, all they're doing is rolling off the mat. Nothing too complicated. The next thing most people do is just have them bounce a little bit with the momentum going forward. So instead of having the block there, they're actually bouncing just a little bit with their legs and just allowing themselves to fall forward. Over time, they'll start gaining a little bit more height, getting a little bit more comfortable, and they're not going to be worried about landing on their head. A lot of athletes don't know if they'll make it completely around, so the coach may want to be there for the first few, just until the athlete starts to trust their body a bit more. As a coach, I'm not worried about anything technical right now. The first issue athletes always have is making sure they get over their fear. They don't know what they're doing. Their brain has never done something like this before, so they have to make sure they're not going to get hurt. And as long as you're there helping them out a little bit or set up a safe mat, then they're going to be fine. Once they start getting some decent height, you can start focusing on the arm swing now. Again, we don't want to lose any points here from the competitive side, so we want to make sure that they actually reach up before they land. If you haven't seen our stomach drop tutorial, please check that out before continuing this video. The athlete really needs a nice long swing up. This will force them to think about going up instead of just flopping forward. As you can see, Connor here is a little bit out of control. Again, in the back drop tutorials and stomach drop tutorials, we discuss how we use the arms to control our rotation, so please check those out. But you want the athlete really to start focusing on stretching up. You want them to look up at the ceiling as they rise out of the bed. I usually tell the athlete to swing the arms up and follow the hands as they're doing the crash dive. It may take a little while for the athlete to understand it, but you really want them to reach into it. Keeping the head up, the arms can be a little bit out to the side. It gives a nice balanced look, but again, you can also have them straight in front too, very narrow. Most people have them out to the side because it helps you balance in the air, because when you're going really high for a competitive trampoline routine, you want to make sure that you're balanced on your takeoff. For you garden trampoline kids, as well as the ones in the trampoline park, you still want to be able to focus on something like this. It's not as important that it looks all nice and pretty, but you want to make sure that you actually understand how to stretch something up. This can turn easily into a Superman front flip or some kind of really cool far dive that you can do anywhere. A lot of parkour athletes really like to get a nice long stretch before they get into their front flips. This gives extra style points. So work on it here first, practice it, understand it before doing it outside. As you can see, Connor is kind of starting with a bent arm here and pushing them straight. You want to have it a straight arm swing, no bent arms at all. A lot of athletes like to travel forward because they realize that they need to lean forward to flip. But what you want them to do is be able to counterbalance that and stay in the middle so they don't lose deductions. Adding these mats in really takes away the bounce on the trampoline, but again, you're not trying to go too high. So you just want them to figure out that, hey, I can't go forward, these mats are in the way, I guess I should stay in the middle. Then once they understand that, take the mats away and build it back up. You can try holding up fingers like this, and the athlete has to tell you how many fingers you held up, and that tells you that they were looking in the right position, i.e. up and forward as they were doing this skill. You can also have them try to catch foam, and as you keep throwing the foam higher, they'll naturally want to look for it. Give it a shot. Thanks, guys.